All right, good one, really good one coming up. Missouri and Texas A&M in the SEC. Aggies 2-point home favorites at Kyle Field, College Station, 48.5 the total here in this game. Great game. I don't know. Last time I remember, we were here with A&M for a big home game early in the season, first game against Notre Dame, and they just got outplayed in the second half. The offense struggled, and they lose that game. This is probably their biggest home game since then. They've got the job done, and they've won every game since that Notre Dame loss, but they're still only just 1-4 against the spread, and still a work in progress with Marcel Reed. He's got good athleticism, can run around. He's still developing as a passer. We'll have to see. It's another watch this week on whether Connor Wegman can play. It's going to be a game-time decision, says Mike Elko, on the status of Connor Wegman with that shoulder injury. So we'll see. I think they'll put Wegman back in if he's good to go because,
keep him out. Just leave Reed in, though. What do you think?
But I think they're going to see if Wegman can right the ship because that Notre Dame game was ugly. This is a guy that also played some good football before his latest injury last year. So maybe give him another chance. Reed still it's an interesting conundrum Elko's in. One thing's for sure. You got a good offense coming to town. Brady Cook, Luther Burden, Theo Weiss. It's a loaded receiving core that Missouri has. Those guys are going to be playing in the NFL. The defense is coming into the year. The defense was the concern I had for Missouri. And look, against Boston College and Vanderbilt, when they didn't play Buffalo and Murray State, they did struggle a bit on defense, Missouri, but they found a way to win both of those games. Can they do so here on the road in this matchup? Now, it's an early start game at Texas A&M, noon Eastern. It's not a night game, so that's probably a better thing for Missouri here in this game. This is a tricky one. I like both of these teams. I probably like Elko a little bit more coaching-wise than Eli Drinkwitz for Missouri.
Drinkwitz.
But when I look at this as A&M looks a little cheap here, -2, and I probably need at least 3 or better to take Missouri. It's an interesting game. It's a great game to watch. I think this is the first of the SEC games on ABC on Saturday afternoon at noon. It'll be in the Kentucky Ole Miss time slot from this past week. Really good game. I don't have as you can tell, I'm pulling back and forth. I'm sputtering. I'm stammering here. It tells you I don't have a strong opinion early in the week. Wish I could give you more than that. CMAC, what do you think here? Missouri, Texas A&M.
I even look at, and that's why they're just favored by 1.5 too. A&M, this team's 4-1. They're 1-4 ATS. When they're just close, we bet numbers here. In what we do, and Missouri covers numbers, and have been great dating back to last year. Now they didn't just against Vandy. We got to that earlier. This game should be good. I mean, when you look at it, used to be Texas A&M. This is where I want them at home. Like you're talking about. I think you stick to Reed in this game. We hit on the Arkansas a little bit. They outgained them. Both sides of the ball, they each had it, time possession about the same. But, they got away with that win, I think, by the mistakes of Arkansas. And I think Missouri is a little bit better football team. I think the defenses are a little similar. Pavia had some success, though, in that OT game before the bye. But I think if you're ever going to look to Missouri, I think it's here. What I like is a little bit at this number, I like the under. I think this could just be a dogfight, tough game. It might be close, but I think it could still stay under this 48.5.
All right. Next up, we've got as we continue along. That's a great game, though. I'm looking forward to it. I think you can make great cases for both sides, Missouri and A&M in that game. I agree. I think if you ask me which team have I been a little bit more impressed with this year, and going back to last year, it's definitely Missouri. Because Missouri was a hell of a team last year, and I know they faced an easy scare. And I know the Vanderbilt scare might sour people. The Vanderbilt is a lot better with Pavia at quarterback. I would not penalize Missouri too much for that. The survival against Vandy.
But they look good last. I know Ohio State is dealing with those issues. That was the bowl game. I just they beat up on Arkansas. Like they were solid last year. Yep. Missouri here with Cook at quarterback and the defense. So. Mm-hmm.